What if you knew your last meal was indeed your last? How would that change the way you experience it? Imagine the intensity of emotions, the weight of every bite, every sip. This was the reality Jesus faced at the Last Supper, a meal that was far more than just a meal. It was a moment of profound significance, a prelude to his impending crucifixion. The Last Supper is deeply symbolic within the Christian faith. The bread, broken and shared among his disciples, represents Jesus' body, soon to be broken on the cross. The wine poured out and drunk symbolizes his blood, soon to be shed for the sins of humanity. This symbolism is deeply rooted in the Gospel of Luke, where in chapter 22, verses 19 to 20, Jesus himself establishes these powerful metaphors. As Jesus broke bread with his disciples, he knew this supper was his last, a meal that was more than a meal, a symbol of what was to come. Have you ever felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, pushing you down, forcing you to your knees? Imagine this feeling multiplied 1,000-fold. This was the agony Jesus experienced in the quiet solitude of the Garden of Gethsemane. In the stillness of the night, under a canopy of ancient olives, Jesus grappled with the reality of his impending fate. His heart was heavy, filled with a deep sense of dread and sorrow. Yet in this moment of intense struggle, his faith remained unshaken. He turned to his Father in prayer, expressing his fear and anguish. According to the Gospel of Mark, he cried out, "Abba, Father, everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me, yet not what I will, but what you will." His words echoed the profound struggle within him, a battle between human fear and divine purpose. In this garden, Jesus felt the crushing weight of the world's sins, yet he chose to carry it for us. Can you imagine a love so profound that it willingly embraces the most excruciating pain for the sake of others? The crucifixion of Jesus, a pivotal moment in history, is a testament to such love. Picture the scene. Jesus, the embodiment of love and mercy, nailed to a wooden cross. Each strike of the hammer reverberates with a physical agony that is almost unimaginable. The pain, however, was not merely physical. The emotional torment of being betrayed, abandoned, and scorned by those he came to save added a whole other dimension to his suffering. This is where the spiritual significance of the crucifixion truly comes to light. Despite the unimaginable pain, Jesus' thoughts were not of himself, but of others. Hanging on that cross, he looked out at the people who had put him there, and his heart filled not with anger, but with forgiveness. In the Gospel of Luke, chapter 23, verse 34, Jesus utters a plea that has echoed through the ages. "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." These words, spoken in the midst of his own suffering, encapsulate the essence of Jesus' mission, to bring forgiveness and salvation to a world in need. On that cross, Jesus bore the sins of the world, and with his last breath, he forgave us all. What if the final curtain was just the prelude to a grand encore? This intriguing proposition is at the heart of the resurrection of Jesus. After the despair and heartbreak of the crucifixion, Jesus' followers found themselves in a reality filled with grief and confusion. But then a miraculous event unfolded. As stated in Gospel of Luke chapter 24 verses 6 and 7, an angel declared, "He is not here, he has risen. Remember how he told you while he was still with you in Galilee, the Son of Man must be delivered over to the hands of sinners, be crucified, and on the third day be raised again." The tomb was vacant. Jesus had risen, fulfilling his promise. Imagine the immense joy that suffused his followers. Their leader had not vanished but was alive, having triumphed over death, the fiercest adversary. This was more than a miracle. It was a shining beacon of hope, a testament to the power of faith, and a promise of eternal life. The resurrection of Jesus is a fundamental tenet of Christian faith. It signifies that death is not the final act, but a prelude to a grand encore, a transition into eternal life. It offers a profound message of hope, redemption, and the power of faith. His resurrection, Jesus overcame death, providing hope and eternal life to all who believe in him.